so we ran through the players without a whole hell of a lot of thought. So like green was like, hey, I'll take the space nearest me. There may be some kind of distribution advantage where some spaces are better than others, but that one looks pretty good. Red, far away, looks good. Blue throws himself smack dab in the middle of the two. Kind of a weird move, but it looks like there's a lot of space there to play around in, so whatever. Purple jumps up here. Looks like there's a lot of room to maneuver again up there. And then we have yellow and tan moving around the edges, which puts the orcs into here. Great. Well, now players get to start distributing their pieces. And the way the game is, because you get an advantage to having a big kingdom, it seems to me that you kind of want to build out your territory. So there's a defensive advantage to that. What the hell? Pink says, let's get, the block at that tunnel. We probably don't want to go across. Maybe we do, because that'll allow us to exert pressure out here, but I bet you yellow's going to go into there. But what we don't want to do, I could have slapped my piece down here, for example. I don't really want to do that necessarily without getting this. Maybe it's kind of a cool place to go. It can kind of expand your territory more quickly, but nah, he's going to go here. It's a little safer because blue could conceivably throw a piece here, and then blue would be connected almost automatically. So you don't want to take too many risks, because you're going to get a pile of pieces if you can have your kingdom all connected. But you can kind of jump ahead, like in a Go game, and say something like, I really want to be here, and then I can control the other side of the bridge. I don't have to move one space at a time. And that might make sense with this space. Blue will be the aggressive, exciting player. I don't know. But it's in the mountains, And that puts purple in kind of a crappy position. They might end up cut off and having to place pieces somewhere stupid if they're not careful. However, they don't want to allow blue to come creeping in this way. They don't want to allow yellow to come creeping in that way. So we're going to go here. Yellow, move to control the tunnel. Tan. Go out of here. Now we're coming back around. Green's like, wow, I should have jumped ahead further. But, given that I didn't, we'll go in here. And you're kind of getting the kind of thinking that I'm using here. We'll put some pressure on tan here. We could grab this, but then maybe tan gets in there. And so on. What about blue? Well, see, this is in danger due to orcs, right? I kind of got to get close to myself somehow. Put ourselves here just to make things a little safer. I'm going to pull back from this, and I'll come and show you the finished result. But you see the kind of thinking I'm using, that's all. Indeed, we got to a point where purple's cut off on their next play. Green has, and blue and yellow have covered up their territories. Given the situation, I don't know where to go, but I'm going to stick it over here. Seems like it's easier, to have a defensible territory. Of course, it might be hard to get there eventually. And I'm really surrounding these damn orcs, which may not be wise. Yellow's a little worried about maybe their connection gets cut somehow. Doesn't look likely. They can probably get both pieces in. They're not going to get very far here. So they're going to get cut off too. We'll just put there. That puts it on tan. Tan's not going to be able to expand any of their territories. This one's pretty safe, so we'll go grab this one. And you can see the board's starting to get crowded. Some people have carved out big kingdoms, though, like green. The early players have actually gotten themselves spaces, and that's cool. They got the early starts. Green and red have a lot of space back here that they haven't claimed. Now, they could have gone into competition with each other right away, but the fact that they wanted the defensible terrain first, and other people were moved towards the defensible terrain, means that it's going to be easier for us to go in here. Now, other people are going to show up down there, and, well, they're probably not going to be very strong. The treasures are all kind of face down and hidden at this point, but I'm leaving them face up so that I can see what I'm choosing. But each player passes them to the next player in line. We got our board position now. Ooh, I like the purple and yellow. And it's not too bad either. Some decent color combinations, I guess, here. I don't like the colors overall, but that's kind of pretty. Okay, so I think green has to play the first one, though. Yeah. So what's his looking here? He doesn't necessarily want tan coming at him. Now, in the two-player game, you get a bonus if you put treasures under your own pieces, but that is not the case here. So it might behoove us to put a treasure somewhere where tan really isn't. And tan seems to be pretty far away from here. We're going to put this decent treasure here, and we're going to throw it up here. Red also is looking. Green's got a lot of power over here. Well, that means green is going to have trouble getting its treasures. And we'll put it in the yellow castle. Now, I can only put one green treasure in a castle. I've made my choice. Blue is holding on to the red treasures. Red is powerful down here. But see, here's the thing. If I start consolidating the treasure, you can't capture other people's treasures. If I start consolidating somebody's treasures away from them, then they can move their force in that direction and give up territories elsewhere. So we don't want to do that necessarily. But this looks like a great place to put. Yeah, those colors just go fantastic together. Purple. Do we want to drop the blue treasure? Well, that's a good question. Why don't we set them up to attack green? Purple treasure. Well, the purple treasure is horrible. I'll go down here. And a yellow treasure. Yellow's his pain in the ass. We'd like to send that somewhere else. Unfortunately, all the castles have been used up now. We'll put this in blue's castle. It'd be a pain in the butt for them. A tan one has not been placed in a castle. Boy, we should have done that first, huh? Tan is actually kind of close to this, so we'll put one in this. That a good treasure. And that's a reason to put your good treasures first. It depends on the number of players. In a 6-player game, the castles are going to get filled. In a 3 or 4-player game, you might be able to hold them off a little longer. I'll keep making these kind of thoughts, but I gotta swap batteries. No reason to burden you with them. So we're all set up, and it's kind of a mess of those. Well, we're not entirely set up. Now green gets to play 10 men. And this is kind of, it was kind of hard putting the last treasures in play. While we're doing good old-fashioned Avalon Hill dice. Might have come from this very game. I don't keep the dice with games any longer. Never really did. I always needed to pull them out. Now I have so many dice that, yeah, each game could have its own dice, more or less, but not every single one. So it's like, I don't know what to do. But I have too many dice otherwise. So it's kind of a weird situation. So let me count out 10 of these, but I don't have to take them in these 6. 7, 8, 9. Let me try to do some kind of thinking about what I've got here. So I want to protect my areas. I don't know who's going to go first. I don't know what's going to happen. But the goal of the game is to get to my greenies, which are all focused over there. This castle doesn't really help me, as an example, but I have to figure out a way to get down to where the green units, the green pieces are. And obviously, you know, my opponent placed them kind of far from me, so now I have a hard job. The nice thing about the hero is he's hard to attack. The sorcerer, well, he's particularly potent. He's able to attack the wizard, which could be of some value. So I probably want to spend on at least one of these guys. I'll buy the sorcerer. And let's put the sorcerer up here. Let's see what we're going to do here. Keeping my castle is important. I don't want to lose that. But I do get extra dice span off of it. Of course, putting my hero on my castle, it makes it pretty defensible. But it's not really that much better. It's not better than just another unit. So let's put a unit there. Let's get units on the bridges. Let's try to make this my attack force. We don't want to lose this space. These I can afford to lose. So I got a couple more pieces. You can't have your sorcerer and your hero in the same space. Let's give him another unit and put another unit at this bridge. We'll see. I've got to make my decisions first. Now, that's a disadvantage here, but it was an advantage in terms of I got to pick a good castle, which allowed me, you know, to scare other people away. I got to place first and kind of cut things off. And so I got a nice contiguous set of spaces, which not everybody got. But if I don't go first, that could be cut off. What about our next player? 10, I think 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure. All right, what's Red's situation? Well, all of Red's pieces are up there. Neat. And then one over there. I bet you that one's valuable. The easiest to reach is through the tunnel. But is that a false choice? I'm not too worried about purple going in here. Of course, somebody else might take it, but it's expensive to take. If I can defend it a little bit, that's great. These guys are not far. Oh, you can teleport your hero and your sorcerer, which is another thing. Coming across here is going to be tough, but not terribly hard. So why don't we go for those pieces first, and then we'll see what we do from there. Defenses. I'll buy my hero. Block the tunnel or make it much, much harder. I want this space somewhat defended. What about these spaces down here? Nobody's coming towards them right away. I don't think they're that big a deal. We'll put another piece there to help us push forward. Because who knows, maybe this might be hard to get through and whatever. All right. Now the thing is, the first player turn, because they get their reinforcements first, it's kind of like a risk type game. They get piles of troops, they get to do what they want. What they want might be to fortify, you know? So it's not clear what's going to happen. There's not the kind of advantage for attack that there is in a risk game, unless you can get one of those counters, and they're still not hugely advantageous. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Of course, you can only attack into one area for the most part. So, what about blue? Blue's located here. They got stuff there. Oh, it looks like red's going to go attack green. Maybe I should go do that. On the other hand, all my stuff is kind of in other places in the opposite direction, which makes this kind of the most questionable, but it's probably of importance. Do I want to plow through this? I think going to the tunnel makes the most sense. We're going to buy our sorcerer, because the sorcerer is good. We like the sorcerer. He's the best at combat. We're going to defend our castle somewhat. Maybe more than somewhat, because we've got enemies near us. Although they may not be interested in destroying our castle. They may be. We'll give him at least a couple more pieces. What else are we worried about? Spend 2 pieces and get the hero here. Got 1 more piece left. We'll put that as part of our strike force. Alright. Again, I'm going to back away and we'll look at what results when I do the other half. There's all took, well, not all, but mostly took a strike force concept in play. So purple, for example, threw a bunch of troops here with the wizard. 3 of their things are kind of in a sweep down here. The 4th is down there. Heading that way seems like the move for them. And, you know, green kind of blocking things off there, assuming yellow is going to block things off here. What does yellow do? They throw a hero here, which means, hey, look, green can't attack here unless they can throw a hero in. Now, there's no guarantee. They're going to get 4 pieces. 2 of them can go into the hero, and then their wizard, their sorcerer goes somewhere else. But it does negate some of the power of this setup. And the reason for that is, well, obviously green's planning on sweeping down this way to get this. Well, let's convince them to go in a different direction instead. It looked like their advantageous direction was to come down this way. But if they come down this way instead, well, then maybe we get some time to grow and do cool shit. And Tan's like, nobody's interested in our shit. We only have 4 territories next to each other. Well, 5. So we're only going to give 5 pieces maximum. Screw it. We're not going to really defend our stuff. We'll keep the castle. It might be of importance. But the rest of their power went into here with an intention to grab this piece and then maybe start heading that way. Of course, it takes a long time to play through that. All right, well, that's the setup. Now we can play. The orcs go first. We roll a die for each player. So green gets to select first. We're going to call green the first player for now, right? Because that hasn't changed. Doesn't really matter who it is. So they hit region 4, which is here. There are orcs adjacent to that. They get an additional orc. Okay. Red gets to roll. Region 5. Region 5 is adjacent to the orcs. They get an additional orc. The orcs can become quite powerful and quite dangerous, actually. But they start off pretty weak in this many players. Well, really in any number of players. Region 5 again. We get an additional orc. I think you're not allowed to go above 4. Purple. There's a good chance both these things, that would be region 5, yellow. Region 1. It's going to be all the way over here now. And tan. And hopefully things will get a little less cluttered soon. It's region 2. There's no orcs down there. Orcs get to rampage. These guys only have 3, so they're not going to rampage. But these guys get a chance to rampage. And what they're going to do is they're going to attack the lowest region, 6, 5, 4, and the lowest numbered space is this purple space at 1. We'll let the orcs use the red die. We'll use that for attack at all. They have a range of 4. This has a range of 1. There's no terrain bonuses, nothing special. The orcs do 4 hits, so they kill this unit. They spread in. They continue to attack. So now they go to region 5, and here, oh, no, they go clockwise from there once they find their first space, right? Let's take a look at the Orc Frenzy rolls. Clockwise direction. Okay, so we hit this way. So now we'll come back around to here, where we have a hit of 3. This has a defense of 2, plus 1 for the terrain, so both sides have a hit of 3. Neither hit. The orcs take a loss. Now they're at a 2 to the 3. They keep swinging at the same place. And they are wiped out. Terrible. Okay. But now, an orc shows up in each empty region. The only empty region on the map should be this. I don't think they wiped out any. I don't think anything else has had a chance to empty. There's a bit of bookkeeping, and you could easily make mistakes and leave places out. Expect me to do so. The dragon. We roll for the dragon. Where does it show up? Red die first. Goes to 2-2. Which is here. And it's going to find something to eat. It rolls a die. It eats 2 of these guys. But it's eating humans, so it's happy. And it's not going to keep looking. Orcs aren't tasty. Now the wizard. 3-6. 3-6, South Hemp. And let's look at what he does. He will give it 3 more men, so red gets bonused. And you can see a lot of randomness here, and that's cool, you know. Kind of reminds me of Amoeba Wars in terms of like the kind of strategy and the kind of randomness in it. It's not a bad game. It just it never struck with me because it's not the kind of fantasy I want. But it is an interesting design. Now we got to randomly determine who goes first. And we'll start with blue. I will use an eraser to mark my first player. Okay. Well, we look at the blue territory. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas connected. He has no other castles, so he just gets, the 1 kingdom score. Okay. He's set up to attack from here, but he can't cut through there. The orc might not be hard to attack, though. Do we really need to defend things? I mean, we could put our hero here and cut through this, but I think the orc is easy enough to attack. We don't have to put all our forces down yet. Or in the same place. We're worried about yellow here getting something. There's not a lot we can do about this. We're just going to count on that being destroyed. But we see that yellow force coming. We're going to throw a little bit more defense here, just to block them off. Ooh, we're worried about purple too. Where's purple going? Purple's going down this way. They're probably coming through this space. Let me think about that, because I want to check my teleportation of my leaders. Now, unfortunately, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pull my card. I want to pull a card. Let's see what it would have done. Play immediately. I take away from you the men you would receive for your kingdom spaces this turn. Well, that sucks. All right. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's a pretty shitty card to get drawn. But again, what do we want to do? We're going to try to attack this purple space anyhow, I think. Well, we were looking something up. What we can teleport where in terms of the leaders. all the explanations on all these special things. Reinforcements, somewhere we get to any superpower substitutions can be placed in any spaces. No. Okay, the hero and sorcerer can be moved to the attacking space only, and you're allowed to flip them if you want to, like they can swap locations. Okay. I don't think we want to do that. We're going to, I guess, hit this space. I'm not sure that's what we desire. Where's Tan? Tan's a long way away. All right, so we're going to attack this space. The defender has 3. We have 5 because the sorcerer gives us 2. We hit 5, but they hit 2. So 2 of our guys get killed. 2 of these purple guys get removed. Where are we going to put them? It's got to be a place where there's purples or an empty. This seems like a good place away from us. And defending a space. Now we have to advance into here. And we're going to do that this way. And that's that. On to purple. Purple's going to draw their card. This is the danger to the card, huh? I give you 3 extra men. Great. So in reinforcements, I get 3 extra men. Again, tons and tons of randomness. How's purple? Purple's only size 2, so they're only going to get 4 men. What are we planning on doing? We were planning on starting to cut our way down. It's easier to go through these than these damn orcs. On the other hand, there might be a reason not to have those orcs there. But it's just +1 for the castle. I think it's +2. +2 for the castle, I think. Yeah. So it would be valuable for us to hook this up. That's the thing that I'm thinking. Is there some place we want to defend? Yes. We're going to spend 2 and put this in the ancient forest. If we're going to grow, throw the rest of our pieces here. Do we need this many? Probably not. Let's make sure we got one of these here. Those guys, they're probably safe right now. I think we're good. Okay. We're going to actually attack into this blue space. It's not an optimal thing to attack, I guess. But it hooks up our kingdom, gets us into a position we might hook up these. We're not sure we want to cut down this way quite yet. So this guy has a defense of 2, and we have an offense of 6. 4 pieces maximum, +2 for the wizard or sorcerer. They kill one of ours, which is an unlikely result, and we teleport one of theirs. Where do we teleport someone? Well, blue is pretty contiguous, so we'll just throw it down there and let it die to yellow. We must send a piece forward. How many do we want to send forward? That's a good question. I think we want to send the army forward. This is an important space. We don't get to do anything with that red piece. We don't even get to peek at it. It's kind of a shame. We'd like to. We'll put the wizard there. I don't think we want to leave 2 pieces there necessarily. Well, yeah, we'll do that. All right. That puts us to yellow. They'll draw a card. Remember, you don't have to. I give you 1 extra man and allow you to make 1 extra attacking campaign. And then yellow has a castle here. 1, 2, 3, 4 areas. And we don't go through the thing. So we get the minimum amount of forces. Well, what the hell are we doing? Our attack force is down here. An extra campaign, that doesn't help us as much as we'd like. We can grab this, but red is, not something we necessarily want to schwack into in our direction. We could get to here. That could get us into a good position. All right, what do we do with our men in that case? Put at least one there. We're worried about what might happen here. That gets us a 5 roll, no matter what. Orcs, do we want to kill orcs? You know, I doubt it. Getting another castle might be cool, though. I think we'll just do that. All right. So, we get a bonus campaign that we can play as well. Let's do our first attack against here, where we have 6 and blue has 2. And we do 6 and blue misses us. We get to drop these blues wherever the hell we like. Well, we certainly don't want to put them here. There are no empty spaces. I'd rather not give it to that. We'll just put it up here. It's not exactly where we want them, but we have to move at least 1 unit in. Move everybody in. We can't move. We have to leave a unit behind. And we get, ooh, a ring. Well, what does a ring do for us? It gets us another petition card. You may send me, Peacemaker the Wizard, to the region of your choice. Then toss 1 die to determine the territory, and I'll bring Prosper to it. Well, that sounds kind of cool. Right now he's down here. Wow, I hope I haven't attacked there. Right now he's down there. Well, I kind of don't want Region 5 to have any attacks in it. So let's send him there. He can't go to my castle anyway, and that's the best chance of me getting extra troops. But he goes to 2, which I think is this one. And that gives 3 extra green troops. Not exactly the result we wanted. He could normally buy this, but I don't think he can with the sorcerer there because he doesn't get the chance to swap or anything like that. Okay. Actually, I don't know if you can do it with these. I get a second action or activation. Like I was saying, the castle might be a nice thing. This, I don't know. I'm not really set up for that. Let's make the attack on the castle. So we get a 5. The orcs get a 3. The orcs kill one of us. And we kill an orc. And I'm just going to send 1 guy in there. Because it's an extra area and it kind of helps make sure that we have a kingdom of some sort, even though our kingdom's kind of tiny. That was my 2 activations. I'm going to swap batteries and we'll go to... I was kind of wondering, maybe they should have gone here instead because they see what Tan's going to do. They're going to go in there. But... all right, Tan is going to draw a card because you may move 1 opponent's treasure from its current space on the board to any which does not already contain a treasure. Well, I don't have to keep this. Actually, I could have done the same with some of the others. It's got to be an opponent's treasure. I can't, slide one of mine near me. I think I will hold on to this card. And we'll make our count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I mean, we could grab somebody's treasure and throw it in our castle or in the orc castle. It's not a bad idea. But I don't see anything that's terribly under threat right now. And I'm not terribly under threat, which is kind of the cooler thing. That, and we're just going to spread out over here. We're going to make our campaign into here. It's a 6-1. We do take a hit. And we get to teleport this blue piece into, good Lord, over here. And our army all slides forward, leaving that space for red to absorb. Green, gonna draw a card, because drawing a card is cool. I allow you to make an extra attack in campaign. Well, do we want that? I don't think this is a great turn for me to be attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think the dragon hurts my feeding. 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely need one of these. Where are my green things? Well, there's a green thing down here. This is easier to attack than the yellow one. There's green things down there. I think we're going to be hitting that. So I don't know quite where my sorcerer is going to go. Put him here. These other forces. Do that. Okay. Our sorcerer can't attack, so we're going to swap the sorcerer. Oh, whoa, we can't attack in this area. Fuck. Oh, that's harsh. Do we want a castle? It's an expensive thing to attack. Kind of don't really even want to attack is the problem. Red's going to head up here, so I don't really want to go in there. Castle not terribly valuable to me. I don't know. I don't think I put any pieces in there. 3, 4, I don't think so. We're going to go after blue here. Ooh, we could do sorcerer versus sorcerer. And I think I put a piece there. So let's take that. Yeah. All right, so let's do 5 dice against the blue sorcerer. We're both teleporting each other here. The blue sorcerer has 3 points on the dice. So there's no casualties here. Okay, blue teleported 3 of my pieces. I teleported 1 of his. Where am I going to send the blue sorcerer? It doesn't really matter. I'll just send him down here. What is he sending? 3 of my pieces. I think I get to choose the losses. I'm not sure I like this. But yeah, take these. And it kind of doesn't matter where blue sends them. I'll send these to help defend against the red pieces, and I'll put this out here to see if I can get it killed. Remember, it's blue making these choices. We now have an empty space. They're rare. They happen. An orc doesn't immediately appear or anything like that. It's actually a place people can teleport to. Red, yeah, we'll draw a card. Play immediately. This sucks. Okay, so the 2 people who had the biggest production aren't getting it. Red and green. I don't know if red's was all that good. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty close. So, damn. We can't attack this unless we swap the leader in. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave things as they are. We're going to attack this wizard. Oh, yeah, and get out of the way of him who's going to try to kill us. So yeah, we'll attack the wizard there. So we've got a 6. He's got a 3. This could be painful. We both... Nope, we do 4. All right, so we get to pop those green units. And we'll just flee here. The green units, where do we want to send them? Well, we definitely don't want them in our way. So I think we'll just send them both here. That seems like a great place for them. And that's one time around. I'm going to probably break for the night. May come back up, I don't know, but my back's killing me right now. It's going to be tough playing tomorrow because it's supposed to hit around 100, and I have issues here, like that thing, because I got a screen that needs to be repaired. Oh well. Let's see if I can hunt that down and kill it. I've been working too hard trying to figure out how to organize and manage what amounts to herding cats, but anyway, not something that I normally would do, but I seem to have taken this over for some reason, and haven't been finding enough time to play. You know, my early morning or whatever, I'm busy on emails, and then I jump into what I'm doing, and I don't take my break there. So I'm stealing my lunch break today. All right. I got one advantage of working from home. I can have my game set up, and if I can convince myself to take some time, it works fine. Okay, so the first thing we have is the orcs. Let's follow what we've got here. Each player makes a roll. Well, it doesn't really matter who the player is. This is all very mechanistic. So basically we're making 6 rolls. So let's look at the first one. The first one's a 3. Area 3 is down here. That's adjacent to these orcs. So they grow. And they'll be rampaging. They won't get any bigger. Second is a 3 as well. There's no orcs in the areas. Next is a deuce. 2 is down here. We got no orcs down there. Third roll is a 6, which puts us on these crystal mountains. Now, they would hit this again, but they don't. They don't reach this. We cleared them out of there. Fourth roll, I think. Should be keeping a number count. 2, no problem. Really, we're only looking at 4 and 5. Fifth. Okay, we get a growth here. And 6th. And you can conceivably wipe out all the orcs, but they can come back because as spaces empty up. All right, so now we look at the Orc Frenzy, and that'll be coming from here. And I kind of don't like that this is deterministic because there are certain places that are just more dangerous than others. But 3 is going to be our first. It only hits this one. So we've got 4 orcs versus 3 plus 1 plus 1 for the defensive terrain. So 4 to 4. Except the orcs can't attack there. All right, but then they start going clockwise from there. So they go up here, and it's 4 to 5, and they are allowed to attack here. The orcs do 4 hits, and the people do 2. I believe the orcs keep hitting that same space. So now it's 2 to 2. The orcs take another loss because nobody took a loss. And that's the end of their rampage. And if there are any unoccupied spaces, they'd get an orc. This is kind of hard to keep track of, right? This space is occupied. It doesn't look like it. I think everything's got something in it, but That's probably the hardest check in the game. The dragon. We see where the dragon goes. 35. 3. 3, 5. He jumps into here, which means he's going to eat. But he only eats 1. The wizard. I get a 16 for the wizard. That's going to put me down here. What does he create? 3 more guys? I think that's what it is. So again, there's this huge random factor to the game in so many different facets. And I think part of what didn't excite me about it was I didn't feel like I was conducting some kind of quest or anything like that, which would be kind of appropriate to what it is. Nor do I really feel like I'm building an empire. I feel like I'm just kind of rampaging around doing weird shit. Which doesn't make it a bad game. Like SPI's Sorcerer, like to some extent Amoeba Wars, although there's more empire building there. It just doesn't suit, the narrative that I want to see, or any kind of narrative I want to see. I don't understand what's going on here. Now, why do I like Dragon Hunt a little better? Or there's another one, another Avalon Hill game, UFO, which is also kind of weird and doesn't suit my narratives. Both of those I appreciate more just because the strategy in them is so much more exciting. And I don't know. This one, I just don't feel like there's that much in the way of strategy, and the narrative is not what I'm looking for. Okay, so we randomize who goes first, and I'll start with 1 up there again. Okay, so he gets the magic eraser. He gets to look at this and make his decision, but he's going to draw an extra card. He's not like at an auto win or anything like that, where he doesn't want to take a risk. You may send the dragon to the region of your choice, then toss a die to determine the territory. Make 1 more toss to see what he gobbles up. Might be useful. Is there some place I'd like to send the dragon? And I have a potential for an extra campaign. Let's see what my builds are going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't have any other castles. And these guys are 5s. I haven't been using them. The counter mix is unlimited. They could be useful in some of these areas that are really full, but then I don't get as much of a visual of how much crap I have on the board. So I don't really use them. But they are, if the numbers get too high, they are useful. Okay, where are my greenies? 1 down here. That does not look easy to take. If I could shift, I could shift troops, remember. That's something I always kind of forget about this game. I could get my hero and try to blast my way through this way. But I think my best move is coming through this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my hero over here. I can only shift into my attacking area. Do I need more defensive forces of some sort? I mean, yellow's going to come through there, and yellow's got already one of their things. Now, I don't know what is there. We'll throw a little bit more defense there. We'll put most of it in the attack here. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I may suck some of those forces in before I launch an attack. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I do not need my hero here. I can put that there. Now, where was the hero? He wasn't there originally. I think he was back here. Great. Okay. So I have a pretty good chance of getting in this turn. So I'm going to drop these here. And then I'm going to make an attack at 6 to 3. And again, red die for the attacker always. So I do 2. Remember, these get teleported. Where do I want to send them? There's not a lot of blue anywhere. I'm worried about yellow, so I'm going to throw them into the blue castle. And I could have pulled more units in. I'm going to leave some of these behind, but I'm going to attack this space. Ah, jeez. I should have played this beforehand. I can't actually do it now legally, but I'm gonna cheat here because I was pretty sure that's what I wanted to do. You know, I think most groups would allow that. The dragon, I didn't even really think about, and that's the problem for me with cards. So now I've got 6 against 1 for blue, and I'm gonna be throwing all the blue pieces into there. That'll teach them. Okay, well they killed one of mine. But I get to teleport this. And this doesn't look like a terribly interesting space to me right now to have much defense in. I'll throw 2 units in just for safety's sake. And I draw a crown. What does a crown give me? Crown gives me 3 men to place anywhere. Well, that doesn't really help. I'm going to put a couple more here, and I'll put someone there. And actually, I'm worried about yellow cutting through here if I'm not careful. Yellow is really scaring me. Okay, that puts us to red. Red will definitely draw a card. Play this card immediately. I take 2 men away from the men you would receive for your kingdom spaces. Well, that blows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's all we get. And I don't have any spare cards, so I don't have to think. That's cool. I like not thinking. Red's goals. Red's stuff is all up here. That's not too hard. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a unit there. I figure green's in charge of defending this bridge, but that looks a little weaker. I'm going to throw the rest of my pieces in here. I'm going to swap this out. And I am going to launch an attack through the tunnel over to there. And that gives me... Defense has a 4 and I have a 6. And I get to throw some yellow units away, which is kind of cool. Well, I have a 6. I get to teleport both his units. What do I want to do with his units? I want to send them somewhere where they're kind of out of the way. Down here looks perfectly fine. I mean, if I put them here, they can get sucked in. If I put them... This isn't terrible, but this is actually even more annoying for yellow. Because it's not counting towards his kingdom. I don't like the idea of making his kingdom defensible, because that gives him more truth. Somebody may make an attack into him. Although this is at least defending something. Okay, and we made our attack. It was successful. We'll throw units through the tunnel. And how do we feel about the wizard? Well, Tan isn't interested in coming through us terribly here. And I don't see anyone else. Blue might come through this way. But on the other hand, we want to hold our foothold over here. All right. That gives it to the blue player. I give you 6 extra men if you currently have less than 7 pieces on the board. Otherwise, you can use it in an extra campaign. Well, he has less than 7, so this seems like a pretty good piece, pretty good play. Oh, actually, no, I don't, because I have the hero and the sorcerer. Do I want an extra campaign? That's a good question. My build is only the minimal 4. I don't seem to be making it anywhere. I could try to cut through to this piece. That's not too far away. And that gets me to the tunnel, which gets me to that piece. Yeah, let's start going in that direction, I guess. I'm not going to defend this purple space. Green's in the way there. So I'm going to attack into here. I don't think I'm going to take any of these. So it's 6-3. And I get to teleport these. Where do they go? Well, this looks like maybe not the best of places, huh? I don't see anywhere better. This looks like a good place. Try to slow yellow down there. And I get to push into here. I'm actually not sure I want that there. This doesn't look terribly important though, so we'll go to there. Puts us to purple. They'll draw their chip. And allow you an extra campaign. Well, maybe. Yeah, I could have used an extra campaign here too. But I don't see much point to that. Purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see any other kingdoms. Are they going to want to play their card? What are they going to be doing this turn? This is their closest space. They do not have an easy way into there. The idea of adding another kingdom space, one of those two, doesn't sound bad. The idea of taking a space away from yellow doesn't sound bad. Am I defending anything necessary? Well, yeah, I am. That sorcerer is probably going to cause me issues. But let's protect against red a little here. We're going to attack the yellow space. I think that's all we're going to do this turn. So we're 6-3. And we get hurt pretty bad. We get to get rid of the yellow. I don't know that we want this here. I don't know that we want it there either, though, because this may be our easy path down, although this is pretty easy, too. I'll put it over there. It's not doing much harm. And our sorcerer, he's probably not necessary there yet. Okay. That puts it on yellow, who will draw a card. I give you 4 extra men. Probably a good time. It's almost always a good time to take men. I'm not good at holding my goodies. Yellow's only got 2, so they get 4 guys as well. And, well, what we'd really like is to be able to get extra actions. And that's kind of the problem. We don't have anything fantastic to do with our pieces. One kind of neat thing is if somebody's got a piece somewhere stupid, like this guy up here, it's kind of neat to send his forces away. Here we're not going to lose anything here. What are we doing? Why would we go there? See, here we're getting closer to the blue castle, which is almost certainly something decent. We can't attack here because of the sorcerer. So let's do a sorcery versus sorcery. We're both looking at 6s. Oh. God only knows where my troops are going to end up. We're not terribly worried about purple coming down there. How about we spend 4 or 5 pieces, get one of these. Yeah, it's getting crowded enough. But you can see now I can't see as well. And we'll hit that big stack of tans. Okay, well, we only lose 1, and tan loses 5. As long as tan keeps their sorcerer there, they're not going to actually lose units. Tan gets to send one of these away. Where do they send it? I don't really like anywhere they can send it. Put it up here. Green looks potent. And yellow gets to send tan pieces. Well, we don't want to put them near here. Put some in stupid places down here. I don't think yellow is going to be cutting through in this direction necessarily. It doesn't look likely that we have too much interest in that. So we'll build up Tan's world down here. They don't seem to be doing terribly well. And we get to go again. 6-3 this time. We could call off the attack, of course. Both sides lose 1. Again, teleported. This looks like an obnoxious place for yellow to be. It's kind of annoying to Tan, though. I'll put it there. And Tan is going to get sent down to here. Why not? All right. And the last attack is, I think, 6-2. We get to send the wizard where it really doesn't make a damn bit of difference where we send him. We'll send him to the castle. And we get to pull in here. I think we want to maintain a presence there. Remember, we can suck troops in. And I'll get 5 just to make it more obvious how many pieces I got everywhere. That puts it to our last player of this round, which is Tan. I give you an extra man and allow you to make an extra campaign. My other card, you may move one opponent's treasure from a current space to one which does not already contain a treasure. We're a little worried about the yellow. We kind of don't want to park that in our own stuff. But we're running out of pieces. This is a valuable piece late in the game. There's no question of that. Oh, we can't put it there. Shit. We'll put it in our own castle. I don't know. That's not wise. Let's let blue defend this. We're fine. What about this other one? Do we want to do this? An extra man and make an extra campaign. Well, if we draw an extra card, we can always use that. So unless we really have some desire to make that jump, I don't think it's necessary. I'm thinking we're going to want to take this space. That moves us towards a couple of our things. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is cool. We'll put them all here. We will swap the wizard and hero. And now we're attacking 6-3 against those orcs. And we do take losses. We teleport an orc. Cool. I don't think I've done that before. I'm going to leave a couple guys here. Maybe I should have sucked a guy in. Why don't we leave 3 guys there? That looks like it might be an important space. And that gets us around once more. We'll load this one up. And come back at some later point.